underway. Both southpaws with a combined 50 knockouts between the two. Ray Flores, the champion. Raul Marquez, the Hall of Famer. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Cynthia Conti, and Mike Rodriguez. Honored to be with all of you here ringside in Carson.
You know, I find interesting, Ray, that this is the third straight southpaw that Prograis fought. That's unusual.
Well, Prograis never one to shy away from competition. You mentioned, Ray, that this is the third straight southpaw. He's won 3 in a row by stoppage since that loss at the hands of Josh Taylor by majority decision. Prograis looks to be a bit more chiseled compared to what we've seen him in the past, likely because prior to his last fight against Tyrone McKenna, he hired a nutritionist because he missed weight in the previous 2 outings.
Yeah, and you know, he had to. Yeah, and, you could see that he's made weight easier. That's something that you don't have to deal with in camp. You know, you're in camp to get in shape and learn not to lose weight. And so far, you know, we see his body. You know, he looks strong. He's trying to establish that jab. So is Zepeda. Both fighters trying to establish the jab. Regis, you know, with that head movement, kind of herky-jerky kind of movement. That's what I'm talking about. How he's got a lot of awkwardness to him. He's just, it's a round where they're trying to figure each other out so far.
I'm sorry, I was saying, I like that head movement, that little jerky movement.
Yes.
You say, because it sets it up. If he comes in with his,
big left that connected for Zepeda. The first power punch that we've seen thus far.
That was some pretty fast punches by Zepeda. Zepeda did say in the fighter meetings that Regis, he doesn't know how hard I hit, and he said he doesn't know how fast I am. And I saw it right now with that explosive 1-2. That was a good shot by Zepeda.
But Prograis trying to do it. He moves the side shoulder. If he comes in with a straight jab, he can hook off it. If he throws a lazy jab, he'll just throw a left hand over the top of it. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to know exactly what you want to do when you're coming in.
So far, Zepeda has landed a bigger shot. Prograis looking to unload. Now they're both going toe-to-toe, and he tags Prograis on that exchange with that left. Prograis has been in there against the likes of Terry Flanagan, Kirill Relic. Also, you mentioned, we talked about the battle that he had with Josh Taylor. Put down Julius Ngongo years ago in the second round.
Zepeda doing a good job of controlling, trying to maneuver Prograis with that long jab. That's what he's known for, you know. He's got to keep using that jab. I think Regis is going to have to apply a little bit more pressure as the rounds go.
That's the end of the first.
Agua. Ahí viene el agua. Oye, que el vato te quiere contragolpear, ¿no? Eso es lo que quiere hacer. Estás haciendo muy bien, marcando.
You're doing very, very well.
Pero te quedas un poquito, te quiere contragolpear ahí. Ten cuidado con el contragolpe, está muy lento.
Careful with the counter punches, okay?
No ocupas agarrar golpes que no ocupas. Okay.
Don't get punches that you don't need to take.
No intercambies. Ahorita cambiaste tu ritmo. Pum, pum, pum.
That's that jab, that 1-2, that fast 1-2 that I was talking about by Zepeda. Like I said, he said in the fighter minutes, Regis doesn't know how fast I am, and we saw the speed of Zepeda there connect with a fast, explosive 1-2.
Regis Prograis coming into this fight, a 5-1 favorite. Zepeda over a 3-1 underdog according to the odds makers. For Zepeda, he's coming off of his longest inactive streak. 1 year and 27 days. He's only had 105 seconds of action since May of 2021.
That may be the biggest part tonight, inactivity that he's had.
His last fight, a 1-round knockout over Jose Vargas. Prograis looking to get into his rhythm here in the second round, starting a bit quicker compared to that of the first.
Yeah, he's going to need to. Prograis needs more activity. He's got to throw more punches and attack at different angles and make a miss. Make a miss and counter.
Last fight for Prograis, a 6-round knockout over Tyrone McKenna back on March 19th of this year. Overseas in Dubai. by. Both men in outstanding physical shape.
Nice solid jab by Prograis there.
Well, both guys.
And he keeps moving. Look, you see his defense. He's got really good defense.
It's a tactical fight thus far.
Very tactical, yeah. Back and forth with the jab.
Chess match.
Neither man wants to make a mistake because the other will seize the opportunity.
Go right at it. Go left hand, I should say.
Yeah, there's that 1-2 down the middle by Zepeda. Yeah. It's faster than what it looks like. And I think Regis is starting to see that.
He has deceptive quickness, does Zepeda, the 33-year-old out of La Fuente. Coming up on the 1-minute mark in the second. Big left. That's the best punch that we've seen from Regis Prograis. He caught the attention of Zepeda with that one.
Yeah, that was a solid counter left hand over the top. Zepeda's got to keep that hand up. I'm telling you, he's dropping his jab hand a lot. Either block that or keep that hand up a little bit more, the jab hand. Talking about Zepeda.
Raul, I'm about Zepeda. He just got to keep sticking the jab out. Even if it ain't hitting anything, just let him know it's there.
Yeah, he's got a good jab. He's been known to dictate the pace of the fights with his jab.
He's just got to keep throwing 2, 3. Even if he's not hitting him, just let him know it's there. Because I'm telling you what, Prograis timing everything. He's trying to time it now, and he's coming back. As soon as Zepeda pulls back with the jab, Prograis coming in with something.
Prograis, about 45 seconds ago, landed another overhand left that caught the attention of Zepeda. Final stages of the second. A better round for Regis Prograis. And now they elect to mix it up a little bit towards the end of round 2.
You got to step back and pull him in. Those shots you're catching him, but he's pulling away, right? You're chasing him a little bit. If you can be a little more patient, like just keep the jab in his face until he steps forward, then catch him, okay? It'll be better, I promise. The left hands are beautiful, though. You landed him, he's just pulling away, you're not catching him clean, okay?
We see Regis trying to work the distance there, like overhand left hand. Overhand left hand by Regis that connected good. And that's why I keep saying Zepeda needs to pick up that jab hand or throw more jabs to keep him at bay. He gave him that distance, and that's why he got hit with that left hand by Regis.
Round 3. Also, let's not forget that Jose Zepeda was involved in a small, and I will say a small car accident earlier in the week. No issues whatsoever to Zepeda. He was checked out multiple times, given the clearance. Feels very good heading into his main event here with Regis Prograis. And big shot by Prograis, as Prograis picking up the pace here. From the first 2 rounds, the CompuBox number is pretty much identical. 15 for Prograis, 16 landed for Zepeda prior to that exchange with Prograis.
That's the kind of pressure Prograis needs to bring to Zepeda. And I think he's doing it more now. I mean, it's only the 3rd round now. You can't start off like that. He's got to be careful and see what, figure Zepeda out, takes a little bit of his power. But I think that's the kind of pressure that he's got to bring. Like he just did a while ago, how he landed with the overhand left and the right hook.
There's a left by Prograis. Prograis demonstrating his hand speed that is starting to give Zepeda some issues.
Look at that solid, fast, explosive jab by Regis, doubled it and tripled it. Again, look, knocked Zepeda's head back with that strong jab. I think Prograis is getting his rhythm, guys. He was pretty relaxed in there.
There's another left by Prograis. He's starting to tag Zepeda with that left.
Zepeda's got to move his head more, man. He's just too straight up and down. It's not hard to hit. It's not hard to find. Prograis knows that, and he's just swinging in left hand over the top.
It could be a quick night if Prograis continues to try to walk down Zepeda. Zepeda's going to have to land something of validity to keep Prograis at bay as he did in the first. Prograis spent this entire training camp, his first training camp at home in New Orleans, said he was a lot more comfortable. He was happy to be around his family, enjoyed some home cooking from his mother, and said it's something that he wants to adopt more. I think Prograis might have gotten hurt there.
Yeah, that was a good left hand. Zepeda threw it. Zepeda's got to throw more of those.
Prograis is very loose in there, guys. Look at his waist movement. Look at, again, his Regis style. He's setting something up. He just made Zepeda miss. But he's putting that pressure. Again, that mental pressure, following up behind the jab. He's picking his shots. He's trying to set something big up. Look at that solid jab again by Prograis. And again.
Raul, to echo your sentiments, the late, great Emmanuel Stewart said about fighters that some guys can be free punchers, meaning they get full leverage behind their shots, and Prograis is certainly emblematic of that.
Good front shot.
But Zepeda ate it and stands in the center of the ring, has to say, come on.
Zepeda's got to get his hands up. He's got to get his hands up.
I keep saying that. Look, his jab hand, he drops his jab hand a lot.
You can't go hand speed with Prograis.
Either that or keep him at mid-long, or keep it at longer range. That way, Regis can't catch him with the left hand.
We head towards the fourth, another solid round by Regis Prograis.
Good. The one time you slid over and ran him across the ring, I'm okay with that. Just don't chase him, okay? Don't chase him with your shots. All right? Yes, yes, yeah.
Remember, hey, you're down 3-0. Come on. Don't go toe-to-toe with him.
You will see the moving his head. Look at Zepeda moving back, straight back, and then with his chin up over there, he missed that big left hand. But the end of the round again, that left hand, Regis was a little bit off balance there. But earlier in that round, he landed a huge left hand that Zepeda, he ate completely, right?
The father of Jose Zepeda, his trainer, Rene Zepeda, said, you're down 3-0. What are you doing? Do you agree with the mindset of Jose Zepeda's father that he's down 3 rounds already in the early going?
Well, he's definitely down. I don't think he's down 3-0. I think he's down 2-1. Yeah. I got him down 2-1. But the guy with the momentum right now, I believe, is Regis Prograis. The powerful left hands, that double, triple jab that he's connected, he's closing the distance. And he's the fighter that looks more focused and more relaxed. Like he's having a good time in there. If you see Zepeda, I see a little bit of tightness in it. Yeah. You know, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I have Prograis up 2-1 also. But like you said, at this point it doesn't matter. I just think, you know, after the 5th round, we're going to have a better idea. If it gets there, we'll have a better idea of what direction this fight's going to go.
Well, in the 3rd round, Regis Prograis outlanded Jose Zepeda 19-9. So a 10-punch swing in favor of Rougarou from New Orleans. Prograis was supremely confident coming into the fight. Early in the week, he said, there's nothing that this guy can do that I haven't seen already. I have the supreme confidence because I believe in my abilities. He said he's going to follow in the footsteps of his idol, as you talked about, Raul, Marvin Hagler. I want to rule the super lightweight division, and it starts here tonight against Jose Zepeda.
Yeah, he showed he wants it, you know, and like you said, Marvin Hagler, he had a great jab, and I could see how Regis learns from Hagler. He's got that, I call it that peppering jab. He's busy with the jab, and he gives him that little subtle movement, never stands in front of his opponent. You know, you never know where he's going. So that sidetracks the guy in front of you, Ray.
The difference between Marvin and Marvin always had his hands up. Rolled his shoulders, moved his head, hands up, directed and throwing punches straight at you, keep coming, backing you up. You know, and that's the difference. Rougarou's, you know, his shoulder rolls, he's got his hands down.
It's a different era. It's a different era.
A different fighter. A different fighter also.
Different fighter.
And it works for him. It works for him. But what I'm saying is,
a lot of fighters now, they feel comfortable with their hands down. Some of them, you know, hands up.
As long as you move your head, that's okay. I have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, you know, Marvin, that guys, he broke the guys down mentally as well.
Zepeda's bleeding outside of his right eye, and that is extremely problematic for Jose Zepeda.
Zepeda's got to throw that right hook.
Well, he claims and he prides himself on being a warrior. Well, now he's dealing with adversity against a very determined Regis Prograis. here as Zepeda looks to defend his home turf.
Yeah, don't worry about nothing, bro.
¿Ah? ¿Cómo te sientes? Hey, estamos boxeando un poco más. Ok. Mira, él está esperando tirarte esta. Sigue tirándote el doble jab.
Hey, he's waiting for you to throw that shot. You gotta wait for him, right?
Sí, no,
Yeah.
fue cabezazo. Hey, Ray.
Con la cabeza, Ray.
Be careful with the head, okay?
Mira la cámara. Es un cabezazo.
Okay, close your eye.
Okay.
Ciérrale. Ciérrale. There we go.
Close your eye. Close it.
Ciérrale.
Close it.
Perfect.
Hey, ahí es la posición. Ok. No mando a quebrar, puse a hacer caso.
I think this is where, might be where Zepeda gets cut. Oh, yeah, that left hand by Regis. It looks like it was the left hand that cut Zepeda. Put him in danger.
And the blood came right after that. Zepeda has only fought one round since May of 2021. So could ring rust be a factor in the fight so far?
I don't think so. I mean, he's a guy that he's fought some pretty good opponents. And, when you're this type of fighter, you got to stay in the gym. You gotta stay in the gym.
Raul, you stay in the gym, but it's going to be a factor. I think it's definitely got to be a factor. Real fights, ring in front of a real crowd, with real things at stake. It's at the gym. And he hasn't had a fight in 2 years, over 2 years. So it's going to affect him. It's got to.
The reason why he might be looking a little bit, talking about Zepeda, a little bit tight is because the pressure of the crowd.
Could very well be. As I said, it's how you channel energy.
Well, it could be a good thing when you come out the first couple rounds and then that adrenaline dump.
Yes.
And that very well could be an indication as Prograis has taken control.
Yeah.
Mike Rodriguez, you have more on what is going on in the corner.
Yeah, a little bit of high drama here. I talked to the commission. The cut was ruled by a punch. I talked to legendary cutman Stitch Duran, one of my mentors. He said it's a cut. He said it'll take him a round or two to get it under control, but as the fight progresses, he's been down this road before, and he's not looking for it to be a problem, Ray.
Thank you very much, Mike. Mike Rodriguez, one of the best cutmen in the business, as Prograis just tacks Zepeda going backwards.
And going to the body, too. And I'm going to go back and say this again. If anybody's affected by the crowd or the pressure of this, it has to be Zepeda, because look how relaxed, look at the movement, look how loose, look at loose.
Prograis is giving angles right now. He's giving angles.
He's there, he's not, he's throwing body shots, he's throwing jabs,
he's moving around him.
He's everywhere. And Zepeda now, he can't find him. And the longer the fight goes like that, it's going to be harder for Zepeda to find Regis.
Under a minute to go in the fifth round, where it's evident that Prograis is starting to bully and back up Jose Zepeda.
I think he's starting to enjoy himself in it, so to speak. He's starting to take control, moving his head,
Yeah, look at that body attack. Look at that body attack. 4-5 punch combination to the body by Regis.
Well,
He's so loose, he's like a bobblehead, guys.
We talked about why you should employ quality quarterman. Jacob Stitch-Strand, one of the best in the business, who will no doubt do whatever he can and at least keep Zepeda in the fight from that cut. Final stages of the fifth round. Regis Prograis starting to really take control and find his rhythm. Oh, but back comes Zepeda. Prograis trying to answer back as we have that exchange. We're on our way to the sixth.
Thing that's working good, like you said, your head movement's working good, but the jab to the body is good too, okay? So let's use that. So go down with it, then bring it back up, and then feint it the second time, okay? And you'll be able to...
A este güey, recórtale esa. Recórtasela. Pero sube la mano, güey, para que no te vaya a pelear por la cortada. ¿Bien? Entonces, güey, tranquilo. Inteligente, güey. El sangrado está parando en putiza. Aunque no se abra la cortada. Esta es la que puede recortar. No lo dejes entrar con el doble jab. Te está jalando. Doble jab. Te quiere pegar a huevo aquí. Recorta esa, por favor. Vámonos.
As we enter the sixth, Regis Prograis landed a fight-high 22. He threw 77, so his work rate is starting to pick up. And a big thank you to our friends at CopyBox for that numerical information. So Prograis' confidence is starting to grow. The most punches landed in the fight so far for him, and the most punches that he's throwing, he's starting to, as you guys say, enjoy himself in there.
Yeah, he's, he's punches and bunches, power shots, body shots, really taking control here at the beginning of the sixth round. And about Prograis.
Prograis, his 8 jabs landed is nearly 2 times the division average here at 140.
Look, the body movement right now, Prograis, it's telling everybody, look, I'm controlling this fight. I feel good. I'm taking control. And so, I tell you, Zepeda, he can't keep fighting the way he's on the outside. He's got to make it a war. He's got to make it a dogfight if he has a chance to win this fight at all.
Well, he's getting picked apart.
Yeah.
And it's something that he's not making Prograis uncomfortable one iota.
And part of that is, again, the inactivity. He's feeling the inactivity. And he's got, in the later rounds, as the fight gets close to the end, he's got to pour it on. I don't know if he's going to be able to have that in him.
Zepeda told us about the reach advantage that he has over Prograis.
3.5 inch reach advantage. So far, really, he hasn't capitalized on it, right?
He needs to just make this a physical fight, high contact, high volume, and make it the proverbial dogfight, as they say.
I think that's what he has to do because the jab is not working. No. He's not stopping Prograis from coming in. So you know what? What do? Stand toe to toe.
You can't stop him like you said. You got to make it a firefight. And let's do it, man. Toe to toe. That's it.
You got to do what got you to the dance as we are under a minute to go. And what more fitting venue than in front of your hometown followers here at the War Grounds, a place that is fitting of that hand-to-hand combat.
Work, gentlemen, work.
Look, he's starting to tie up and everything.
Tying up and then
I think he's getting tired. I think he's starting to get tired a little bit.
Either that or he just can't. He doesn't know what to do with Regis' pressure.
Zepeda's normally a pretty good infighter, right? I mean, I just think it's because of inactivity that he's starting to get tired. He's feeling the strength of Lugaru.
Well, now we're going to see if the corner Zepeda has plan B or plan C. The upper echelon fighters have multiple game plans if one doesn't work.
Stop.
That's why there's levels to this game. That's why they call it levels to this game. You got, contenders, you got prospects, contenders, you got champions, but then you got superstars.
There's a reason why it is so hard to become a world champion. We're halfway home. And we want to welcome our lovely ring card girls here at the War Grounds in Carson. An energetic and enthusiastic, a passionate crowd on this Thanksgiving weekend. We want to wish all of you and your families a happy holiday season, and we appreciate you tuning in wherever you are around the world.
Apenas nos andamos calentando, bro. Yo la casa de él.
So what will the second half of the fight bring? So far, Regis Prograis pretty much in control. But one thing about Jose Zepeda, especially here in his home area, you can never count him out, just as Ivan Baranchyk.
I agree, though. Ivan Baranchyk is showing a lot of heart, but then again, Ivan Baranchyk is not Regis Prograis. No. And, I think the power of Regis Prograis is affecting Zepeda. Yeah, going into the second half of the fight here, this is where Zepeda, he needs to be able to make some changes because if he keeps it going like that, he's not going to win like this kind of way.
Just throw one punch at a time. He's got to come in with combinations. Like I said, double the jab up, double to triple the jab up. Do something. You can't just throw one shot.
You saw Prograis in the first half of the fight has nearly doubled the amount of punches landed, 79 compared to that of 40 to Zepeda. But again, Zepeda is not doing anything to adjust. You hear about those halftime adjustments in football, in basketball. Well, we're in the second half of the fight. What adjustments will Zepeda be able to make? Or is he just content with fighting the fight at this distance, one in which it favors Prograis?
Honestly, I think, Ray, from the beginning, Zepeda should have boxed early on. And at this point right now, he ain't got no choice. I mean, he's down by, I would say, 4 or 5 rounds. But I think he still needs to box at time and then pick his spot when he wants to trade with Regis. Like at that point, he landed some good shots, get out of the way, grab him, get back on the outside with the jab. He doesn't have to just stand in front of him the whole time. He's got to be able to change it up, give him different looks. And he does it at times, but he needs to do it more often.
Mike Rodriguez is ringside patrolling the corner. Mike, what do you have?
Good left hand.
Yeah, I was over there talking to Bobby Benton, head trainer. He's very happy with Regis' rhythm, wants him to increase the pace. Cutman Aaron Navarro, one of the best in the business, doing a great job. Reminds me of the night back in 2016 when I did Francisco Vargas and Orlando Salido. There was a fight of the year. It was right here in the War Grounds, and as this fight heats up, it'll bring back a lot of good memories, Ray.
Thank you very much, Mike. Greatly appreciate quality insight. You know what? If you're the corner of Regis Prograis, you got to be thrilled with what you're seeing thus far, with the exception of the finish.
Yeah, that's all he needs. I mean, he's been pretty dominant, landing fast combinations, power shots, and you're right. He just, an explosive knockout finish would really be great for Regis Prograis.
At what point, though, as you see blood, as Prograis just lights up Zepeda with the laser left hand. Final moments up to 7. Regis Prograis continues to flourish here at the War Grounds in the backyard of Jose Zepeda.
Ya te andas calentando, ¿verdad, bro? Hey, okay, you look good, man. Hey, Tony, muy bien. Ahora, hey, te estás golpeando bien, pero te estás quedando y lo dejas.
Hey, you're hitting him well, but you're staying there. You're standing there.
Para salirte.
You gotta get out of there.
Vas ganando la pelea.
Hey, you're winning the fight.
Y no te estoy mintiendo. Vamos ganando.
No, I'm not lying to you.
Cerca, pero no. Tú mucho más rápido, bro. That's
Hey, you gotta be a lot quicker, though.
Win the round. Okay. Mira, ya pegaste, sal.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. You're making it a lot rougher than it needs to be. Yeah. Just pull him in, catch him with the hand.
You see Prograis landing that left hook over the top from a different angle. You know, Regis punches from a different angle. So I tell you what, Zepeda just doesn't know what to do with Regis. He can't figure it out, Ray.
Well, also, too, as we are into round number 8, could it be delusion from the corner of Zepeda, who told their fighter that they believe that he's winning the fight, which I think is completely off base.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they're trying to build the fighter up. He's not winning the fight. If I'm prepared, you always got to tell your fighter he's behind.
I don't know.
You always want your fighter thinking he's behind, so he picks up the pace and finishes strong.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm scoring this fight. I got it 69-64 for Regis Prograis.
There's a left over the top by Prograis, and could that be detrimental to Zepeda, because he should be trying to take more chances and gamble and get on the inside. Instead, he's staying in this mid-range game where he's been picked apart all night long, and obviously Prograis is willing to fight at this distance.
Well, here's the difference. I think Zepeda's been hurt by some shots. I think he knows his timing's off. So he going to stay at the distance because he wants to go the distance.
And Zepeda's being a little cautious because I think he felt, I know he felt Regis' power early on. So he's being real cautious now. He don't want to run into something and really get knocked out. I totally agree with that. He might just be happy now with going the distance from what it looks.
It's been 2 years since he fought. So almost 2 years, so look, Prograis is sharpshooting him right now. And if Prograis runs into something, great. But he's not going to take any chances. He's not going to come forward. he's going to be content on staying on the outside and finishing the fight.
Could it just be, though, a poor game plan? Because Zepeda, this is his third world title opportunity. And we saw in our previous fight with Yokasta Valle being the challenger that she had to bring the fight to her opponent, Evelyn Bermudez. That's not been the case with Zepeda, in which he said he was going to bring the fight. He was going to empty out the tank and do anything he could to capture a world title.
You're right, but Regis, hey, once you get in the ring, things change.
That's right.
It's easily said, when you're down here and you get ready for a fight, but you really don't know how fast or how hard a fighter hits until you're in there with him and you feel his speed and you feel his power, Ray.
And I want the audience to understand, we're not saying he don't have the heart. We know he has the heart, the desire, the determination. It just ain't working for him tonight. I think the 2-year layoff has been or I don't know if it's been
only having a round since May of 2021.
Yeah, I just think it's affecting him, and I think he's just trying to find some timing, which ain't there. So
it's really no difference for Regis. I mean, Regis only fought once a year ever since he lost the title to Taylor. So, it's just levels. I think it's a different level of fighter. We're talking about Regis Prograis, Ray. He's just the better man tonight, and it's showing.
Well, Prograis certainly showing that he is levels above Jose Zepeda, at least through the first 8 rounds. We're headed towards the 9th.
Look, same thing. The other thing too, like, keep changing your tempo on him, okay? So sometimes, like, throw some slow shots at him, and then pick it up, pick your speed up, okay? Yeah. Good.
Lo vas a alcanzar con de todo, pero tienes que salirte porque si te mira, te está tirando nomás esto. Y sí le duele abajo, pero no puedes arriesgar tanto. Vamos, Luis. Cierra el ojo.
Close the eye, close the eye.
So the face of Jose Zepeda is starting to get busted up, but again, because he has been able to respond from adversity, being knocked out 4 times against Ivan Baranchyk, you can never count out Jose Zepeda, especially with so much on the line. But clearly, the supreme fighter, at least through the first 8 rounds, has been the 33-year-old out of New Orleans, Louisiana, Regis Prograis.
Yeah, he's done an excellent job of controlling the pace of the fight. The first round, he started a little bit slow, but he picked it up the second, third round, and so far now, in the second half of the fight, he's dominated by his punch output. And still, look at his defense. Look at Regis, the way he's moving. It's round number 9, the movement in his waist, the herky-jerky style, his footwork, his speed. I mean, beautiful. I love what I see in Regis.
I'll tell you right now, look what they're doing. It's ring around the rosy. As Angelo says, ring around the rosy. You got to cut off the ring. Look, Zepeda's got to start cutting off the ring, backing him up, cutting off the ring, making this a small ring for the program. But he's not doing it. He's just doing ring around the rosy.
Well, if you notice, Regis Prograis has taken the crowd out of this fight. It is a bit quieter compared to what we've heard, especially in the first couple of rounds. Prograis is doing what he wants. He's dictating the pace. He's utilizing the distance, and he took the crowd out of this fight so far.
What is true about Boom Boom about Zepeda trying to cut off the ring, but is he even trying to win rounds? I mean, it seems he's more like in survival mode. Let me survive. Let me go 12 rounds. I don't want to get knocked out. That's the way it looks like to me. Me being a fighter, I know what it is when you're just trying to survive. If you can't get the guy out of there, be a little bit cautious. I don't want to get knocked out completely. That's what I'm seeing so far.
No, you're right. Stay on the outside.
Could it be a case, though, where Zepeda is trying to sort of conserve energy and have that final burst in those final championship rounds, 10, 11, and 12?
Well, Ray, what does it matter if you're going to stay on the outside? You're getting picked apart. You got to fight every round like it should last. I don't know. I just don't know if you can pick up it. You can't change speeds. I don't think you can change speeds.
There's a left over the top.
He's staying on the outside.
Smacked off the skull of Zepeda. And now Prograis is starting to go to work. And he's got Zepeda pinned against the ropes momentarily. Zepeda wisely spun to the center of the ring because that was a dangerous area for Zepeda.
Yeah, those body shots hurt. Regis landed some good body shots. I like to see Regis go to the body more with Zepeda. Zepeda takes a good shot. He's taking some of Regis' best left hands over the top.
Zepeda has only landed 2 punches in this round. Unbelievable quality defense, and the offense of Prograis has been so far his best defense.
You gotta let his hands go right here. Let him go.
Yeah, pushing the head down, and they fight to the bell, and they even throw afterwards. Zepeda's face busted up.
Towel, give me the towel.
Okay. Vamos ganando, apretados, pero vamos ganando. Te la vas llevando. Controla. Te la vas a llevar a casa. El alto también está bien cansado, pero no le puedes...
Hey, are you tired or not?
Las manos te va a pegar así. ¿Cómo te sentiste? Bien. ¿Estás seguro? Sí.
Hey, sure.
Ahí está tu niña abajo. There we go. Está mi abuelada.
No, nothing's wrong with me.
This shit might be a little closer than we think, okay? So we got to win these next 3, okay? Okay.
So 2 total opposite demeanors in the corners. Jose Zepeda's corner a couple rounds ago said, you're winning the fight. Regis Prograis' corner, Bobby Benton, said, you got to be able to win these next 3 rounds. It could be closer than what we think. Talk about polar opposites in the corners.
That's what you want to tell your fighter, Ray. You want him to pick up the pace. You want him to finish strong and leave no doubt in the judge's eye.
And you know what? Bobby might be right. Bobby might be right because, we are fighting in Zepeda territory. And you just don't want to leave no doubt. He wants to make sure that Regis closes the fight right. I mean, I think he's very comfortably ahead, but you don't want to take no rounds off, especially in this...
Here's his moment. He might have buzzed Prograis, but can he follow it up with something?
See, that's what I'm talking about, things like that. But it's Zepeda the one that's holding on. If he hurt Regis, why is he holding on?
Right. We mentioned how you can never count out Jose Zepeda, and the crowd making noise. Could this be his moment for Prograis looking to regain the momentum as both men are bleeding? I believe the right ear of Prograis.
Zepeda's hurt. He's hurt. Something's going on. He keeps holding on. He ain't throwing any shots.
Raul, sir, you said it best. I mean, he's in survival mode. He's in survival mode. Tying him up, trying to keep away.
Prograis, his right ear appears to be bleeding. The face of Zepeda has bruises and some small abrasions just over the midway point of the 10th. Big shot by Prograis, close distance. That left tattooed Zepeda. Now this is what we thought it was going to be. A fight in a phone booth inside the squared circle.
Yeah, that's Regis' fight right there where he gets real slippery in the inside. He uses that forearm and he attack and he's moving from different angles. Watch him try to land that big bomb. I feel it coming, guys.
Well, we are endeavoring into the championship rounds. Jose Zepeda hanging on, trying to find some offense. Prograis looking to become a 2-time super lightweight champion of the world in enemy territory.
Zepeda's got to make the ring small. He's got to close the distance. You can't give Prograis no distance to punch.
I do like that Ray Corona is allowing them to fight out of the break and fight on the inside. Under 40 seconds left on what has been an entertaining 10th round.
He's letting them fight because he got one hand free.
Both men landed. Here's a big shot by Prograis. Oh my goodness! They both landed.
Look at the steam coming up out of both fighters. It is a little bit cool here at the war grounds.
A war has started to break out as we head towards the 11th. Oh my, Zepeda with his best round of the fight here in the 10th.
Hey, listen.
¿Cómo andas? A ver. Échale todos los huevos.
And look at that. He hammered him with the left at Prograis.
Yeah, that's
that
where,
was earlier.
That was a big right hand by Zepeda. And that jab out of nowhere for Zepeda. That was a good round for Zepeda. Landed the overhand right. But Regis also came back in that last round. Here you see throwing that big right hand over the top.
Guys, I think that shot to the solar plexus, that shot by Zepeda to the solar plexus affected Prograis. We are now into the championship rounds. From our standpoint, Zepeda had his best round of the fight. Can Prograis swing the momentum back in his favor, although we believe that Prograis should have a comfortable lead, but we could be wrong.
I believe so. You know, if you, I don't know, to me it's safe to say that Prograis could just box and hold the next couple of rounds, you know, but he's not that type of guy. I think he's going to try to close the fight, close the show. Yeah, he just fired a nice hard jab, and I think he's still looking to land that big bomb. That's just Regis. He's that type of guy, and he's a come-forward guy. He likes wars. He likes confrontation, and that's what he's doing.
No, you're right, bro. He's a fighter's fighter. He's a fighter's fighter. He wants to
Prograis!
Oh, he hurt him.
Oh, he hurt him. Zepeda's in trouble. Zepeda's in trouble.
He hurt him.
Prograis looking for the finish. Zepeda's in trouble, and this one is over. Regis Prograis has become a two-time super lightweight champion of the world as he dismantles and knocks out Jose Zepeda, closing the show in grand fashion. What a finish by the man known as Rugo.